Zoe waited outside Dr. Theo Varga's private clinic on Harley Street, the cool London morning breeze gently brushing her skin. The clinic exuded an air of professionalism and quiet sophistication, with a blend of historic and modern architecture reflecting its reputation as a leading medical practice. The tall Georgian windows' glass panes mirrored the faint glow of the streetlights. If she hadn't known better, she might have mistaken it for an exclusive wellness retreat rather than what it truly was, a front, a cover for something far more sinister. She pulled her coat tighter, checking the time, 5:28 a.m. Varga wouldn't be expecting visitors at this hour, but that was exactly why she was here. She yawned and stepped up to the entrance, tapping lightly on the intercom. A crackled, distorted voice buzzed through the device. "We're closed. Come back during business hours." Zoe leaned closer, her breath steady against the cold door. "Good morning, Dr. Varga. Zoe Blaise. We need to talk." After a deliberate pause, the voice returned, tinged with irritation. "I told you yesterday I'm busy. Come back tomorrow." Her eyes looked up at the discreet security camera above the door. "Or I could start asking questions right here on the pavement. Not sure your discerning neighbors and clientele would appreciate that. Would they, Doctor?" There was a long silence, then a faint beep and the unmistakable click of the door unlocking. Zoe exhaled and stepped inside with a clear purpose. Despite the early hour, Dr. Theo Varga looked exactly as she remembered, ageless, immaculate, and meticulously curated. Every detail of his silver-tinged hair, sharp cheekbones, and exceptionally smooth skin was crafted for authenticity. He wasn't simply a dermatologist, but a living advert for his questionable expertise. Yet, despite his practiced elegance, Zoe sensed a faint hint of unease in his eyes. He poured himself a glass of water, offering her nothing. "Zoe, to what do I owe this charmingly unannounced visit?" She didn't sit. "I know about the trials, Theo." Varga barely blinked. "Which ones? You'll have to be more specific, my dear. I'm involved in quite a few." Zoe stepped closer. "The ones that aren't on public record." That got a reaction. She noticed the subtle tightening of his fingers around the glass, and something guarded behind his expression. "I think you should leave," Varga said smoothly, setting down his glass. "If you're looking for conspiracies, I suggest you check social media, not my research lab." Zoe smiled coldly. "You were part of a study on microbiome conditioning, but it wasn't about improving skin health, was it? It was about rewiring for dependency. You were testing a formula designed to create an irreversible reliance, one that changes the way the microbiome functions, and not just the skin's microbiome either." Varga didn't move, but Zoe could see it. The way his breath slowed and his mind calculated the best way to remove her from this room. "I have no idea what you're talking about," he murmured. "The patients in your study? They didn't just develop dependency on your products," she said, pulling a USB drive from her pocket and placing it in front of him. "Some of them reported neurological side effects, headaches, mood swings, loss of impulse control." She tilted her head. "Sound familiar?" Varga's mask of composure cracked, just slightly, and that's when Zoe knew. He was scared, not of her, but of who else might be listening. She leaned forward, lowering her voice. "I'm giving you one chance to talk to me, Theo, because if you don't, the next people knocking at your door won't be as polite." Varga rubbed a hand over his chin. Then, very softly, he said, "You have no idea what they're building."